Hey everyone, welcome back to a new episode of the Road Warriors Guide. I'm Alex, this is Dave. We're a channel about sales, manufacturing, and travel. So if you like those topics, you're in the right place. Of course, like and subscribe and share our content with anyone you know. So today, Dave and I are driving up to Boise, Idaho. The topic we wanted to talk about today was how we rank customers and the differences of how we rank them. And I'm not talking necessarily about customers that are our favorite versus the ones we don't like. It's not that. It's more of an analytical approach in the sense of customers that are more likely to purchase from you versus less likely to purchase from you and how we rank them. So there's three topics or three sections we'll talk about for this topic. The first one's going to be how we actually grade customers and how we rank them and what the system is that we use for ranking customers. The second topic is going to be the differences between customers in each one of those ranking systems. And the third topic is going to be how you're going to strategically target customers in each section of ranking, and just some advice for how you can turn customers in the lower rankings to the top ranking. So for our first section, we want to talk about how we actually are ranking customers, and I'm not going to spend a terrible amount of time going through the differences because it's pretty simple. How we rank customers is really just like how you're graded in school, at least school in the United States for that matter. So when we rank customers, we use the A, B, C, D, and F scale. So it seems pretty obvious, A being the customers that are going to be your top customers that are going to be purchasing from you guys quite a bit, and you're going to get a lot of opportunities to quote projects and be involved in projects, all the way down to F customers, who are customers that you may not even get the opportunity to get in front of. They're buying from your competitor and are very unlikely to be purchasing from you. So that's how we grade customers, and it's a really important thing because with grading customers, that's going to be determining how you're going to be spending your time. Obviously, you're going to be wanting to spend a lot of time with your A customers versus your F customers. So it's critical that you rank your customers and determine where they are in that spectrum, because it's going to be the most valuable for your time, as well as you spending the most efficient amount of time with the customers that are most likely going to be the ones that are going to make you money. So the second part of our video, I wanted to go through the different ranks of customers and where they would fall in line. And of course, you could be applying this to yourself and different customers that you can think of and where they would fall in line with this. So let's start with A customers. A customers are going to be the ones that you do a lot of business with. You got a great relationship with that customer. They give you maybe every or almost every opportunity to quote a project. You're going to be spending a lot of time with this customer, and as a result, I think you're going to build the strongest relationship with A customers compared to any other customer that you're going to be talking to in the spectrum. So, A customers are going to be your top customers, the ones that you really are going to be targeting the most, and they will definitely bring you the most amount of value. I would say a good majority of your business is going to be coming from A customers a lot of times, and they're going to be the most likely to be repeat customers. The second ranking is going to be a B customer. So a B customer is, someone that's you're going to probably have sold equipment to or sold any product to. But they're not going to necessarily be the ones that you're going to be getting all the opportunities to quote. So you may not be quoting every single opportunity. You may not even be getting every single sale, but you're still going to have a good relationship with them. You're going to get opportunities, and you're going to be able to at least get in front of the decision maker and talk to them about upcoming projects and upcoming opportunities. And I would say, honestly, the B customers are the most opportunity and potential to become A customers. If you really treat them right, you take care of them, and you work with them through the whole sale process, they're the most likely to turn into those A customers. So you really should focus a lot of time on B customers as well, because they have the most potential to give you more opportunities and turn into a really good customer. The next one is a C customer. I would say a good, probably majority of customers that you call on will fall into C customers. Not that you should spend your most time with them, but when you're going out making cold calls or making calls to places, if you're not calling on existing customers, most likely most customers are going to fall into that spectrum of a C customer, where maybe you've done business with them, a while back or a long time ago, or maybe you've never done business with them at all. But they also have the potential of turning into B or A customers down the road. It's just going to be, in my opinion, a lot more work to get in front of one of the customers and be able to actually get the opportunity to sell them something when you're dealing with a C customer, because they may not have that relationship. They may know very little about your product. So you definitely you're going to have a lot more work to do when you're dealing with a C customer. The last one, I really clump them together, the D and F customers, because they're very similar. D customers are going to be a little bit better than F customers, but it's going to be people that you've never done business with. Very unlikely you're even going to get an opportunity to quote or even a chance to talk to a decision maker. And even if you do get an opportunity to quote them something, or you get an opportunity to even sell something to a D or F customers, maybe they don't pay their bills, maybe they have a lot of after sale time that wastes a lot of your time selling. You're spending a lot of time with this one customer, and in general terms, they're going to be the customers that you don't do a lot of business with, and that really if you spend time with D and F customers, you're not going to see nearly the amount of opportunity and the amount of sales that you really want to be seeing. So I try to avoid spending a terrible amount of time with D and F customers. Not that I won't call on them, but I don't, it's not something I'm going to be visiting them every single month or every, couple months. I may only visit them, once a year or so, or something like that. So there's potential they could turn into, C or B or even A customers, but more than likely they're going to be the ones you don't see that often, and you don't get very many opportunities. So that's how we rank customers, and that's kind of the differences between customers in that ranking system. It's pretty critical when you start a sales job that you understand where your customers fall in line with that grading system, because if you don't, you're going to be spending time with customers that are C customers, D customers, and F customers, and get absolutely nowhere. So you really want to use your time efficiently and find those A customers, those B customers, and be spending time with them beyond any other customer in that spectrum. So I gave a lot of my advice. I'm going to let Dave give his opinion on how he views customers in each different type of ranking.
Well, I think that's basically the rule of thumb that we use. A customer is someone that, like Alex said, you want to spend a lot of time with, and preparation for. You're getting quoting opportunities, which makes selling so much funner and rewarding when you're actually getting invited to the table every time a project comes up. B customers is the only thing I'd add is that you want to be on top of things with your B customers. Find every way you can to make them an A customer. And the same thing with C. You want everybody to graduate from C to B to A as much as possible. I mean, we don't live in a vacuum, and it's very competitive out there, but that's what you want to do, is to get as many A customers as you can and graduate your B and C customers. And just, keep that in your mind every time you're getting in front of them, or preparing to get in front of them, or sending an email, communicating with them, that's the direction you want things to trend. So those little details on the C customers and B customers that you're picking up on and hammering home to them, well, with the idea of graduating them to be an A customer. So that's the only thing I'd have to add to that.
Definitely, and on that point that Dave made, I would also add that customers, it's not a static environment where nothing ever changes. Customers can become, C customers can become B customers, B customers can become A customers, And the other way around, if you're not spending enough time or supporting your customer, an A customer can turn into an F customer real quickly, especially if you're not spending the time and giving them the attention they need. They're going to be looking elsewhere, and they're not going to be your A customer anymore. So it's critical that you maintain good relationships with your customers on a pretty regular basis, and you try to graduate them to the higher ranking customers and keeping them there at that higher ranking, simply because if you don't, you're going to miss that opportunity, and your competition is going to ultimately go up in the ranks with that customer, and you won't be. So our final topic for today, we're going to talk about our advice for handling customers and strategically targeting customers in each ranking system, and give our advice on how you can turn customers from an F customer all the way to an A customer. So with that being said, with an A customer, your best customers that you talk to and you visit and get opportunities to quote and ultimately sell things to, you want to be spending as much time as possible with those A customers, because those are the ones that are going to be your repeat business. They're going to give you a lot of opportunities, and you want to stick and continue to have a strong relationship with those customers. So in my opinion, if I have an A customer, I know it's an A customer, I'm going to be in there at least once a month, maybe even more than once a month, maybe 2 or 3 times a month, depending on the location where they are compared to where I am in the territory, as well as just their schedule and their availability. But you want to be in there on a really consistent basis. You want to be inviting that customer out to, maybe visit you at trade shows, visit you at other opportunities. If you have other product managers or people that are, very valuable people, you want to get them in front of that customer and show them the value continually that you're bringing to the table. So those are going to be the ones that you really spend a good amount of time with, and you should be calling on them very often. B customers are equally as important, but of course they're not going to give you as many opportunities in sales as an A customer. So your job is to stay in front of them and turn them into an A customer, or turn them into a customer that's going to give you more opportunities. And so to me, if you're dealing with a B customer, you want to be in front of them at least once a month, maybe once every 2 months, but you still want to be in front of them pretty regularly. You want to be building relationships, talking to the right decision makers, and continually showing them value to convince them to give you more opportunity and ultimately more orders. So with a B customer, you got to do a little bit more work, but ultimately it can be very rewarding, because they may ultimately turn into an A customer down the road. C customers, those customers, like I mentioned earlier, they're a lot of work, and they can turn into a B or A customer, but you got to spend a lot of time, and you may not get the same return on investment that you see from an A customer or a B customer. So I wouldn't necessarily call on them every single month or every 2 months. I'd be calling on a C customer more likely once a quarter perhaps, and I'd be trying to see them once a quarter if possible, and getting in front of them at least every quarter, trying to see what they're doing, what opportunities they have. If you don't know the right decision maker, trying to get in front of the right decision maker would be key. If they don't know a lot about your product, or they don't have confidence in your product, you want to continually build on that by either maybe taking them to existing customers or sharing references that you know. You may also bring things of value to them to convince them to give you more of an opportunity. And ultimately, you just want to foster a better relationship with that customer and build on that, and ultimately get more opportunities to quote and be involved with them. For D and F customers, I don't like to spend a terrible amount of time on them. I won't say never to call on a D or F customer, because they do have potential, and there's the possibility they may purchase something from you down the road. But ultimately, you don't want to be spending a lot of your time. To me, I wouldn't be spending more than, if I saw a D or F customer, I may try to see them every 6 months, or maybe once a year, and just get in front of them, continue to make a presence, and let them know that you're still in the market and you're still there and willing to support them. But I would not be spending more time than that unless a project or something of substantial opportunity comes your way. So that's how I usually would, when I'm looking to target those customers. I want to be in front of them, but I don't want to spend a bunch of time with that customer, because it's just not going to be very fruitful, and I'm not going to see the same activity and opportunity that I will with my other customers.
Yeah, the only thing I would add to that is with your A, B, and C's, the whole idea of what we do in sales is to move product. We want to move product that makes sense to the customer. It's helping them, and you're going to have opportunities with A, B, and C's happening at the same time. And so the job is, as you're going through your territories, is determining, I'm over here, I've got A, B, and C's, and how you're going to make each day the most packed as possible with the amount of time that you have getting in front of your A, B, and C's, and being prepared for each one, having an idea of what they need, what we have in inventory, and what's going to match, because a lot of the times the sales will be determined by who has it in stock. So all those kind of are married together. The job is to move a lot of equipment as fast as you can, and you have to pay attention to your A, B, and C needs, where there are times when seasonal an A customer or a B customer is going to be busier than at certain time, and then you're always trying to get those C customers to come up and join the A and B ranks. It's just a matter of keeping all those in your mind as you communicate with them, as you contact with them and visit with them. That really is going to make you most effective by keeping those in mind and keeping the process moving forward and keeping that pipeline full. So that's the only thing I'd add to what Alex said. Yeah.
Well, that's the end of the video. We appreciate you watching. If you have anything to add, feel free to comment below. Of course, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Dave, any last thoughts for the viewers?
Keep working hard, keep smiling, Road Warriors.
Yeah, keep it up, guys, and we appreciate you. Road Warriors Guide out. Bye.